I should have been a cowboy. I should have learned to rover ride. So girl, lay your boots by the bed. We ain't leaving this room. Lord, it's a mighty hard living, but damn good feeling to run these roads. Stealing the young girls' hearts, just like Gene and Roy, swinging those campfire songs. What is going on, guys? Today I am headed to Lake Okeechobee. I have not seen Okeechobee the entire month of April of this year so far, and yeah, I have no idea what's going on. You know, you kind of have preconceived notions. You know what usually goes on certain times of year on your home lake. So all that smoke, all of that smoke. But anyways, yeah, so you have preconceived notions of what's usually going on a lake, and I kind of have an idea what I should be looking for, and you talk to people, you hear things, so that kind of gives you a baseline of where to start. Usually this time of year, I really like to be on the south end of the lake. You know, the water levels in the mid to high 12 range, which is, like, to me, one of my favorite times of year to be actually fishing on the lake. Seems like no matter what time of year, if that lake level is 12 and a half, 1275, even high, almost, you know, 13s, just under just under 13, that's some of the best fishing on the lake, because all that stuff in the back gets choked out. Fish can't get back there. The main lake stuff doesn't really start cleaning up, so those fish can't go to their offshore reefs and rock piles and holes and, you know, all those places that none of us can ever catch fish out of in the last 5 years. But it really concentrates them in that middle to outer grass line, and that's, to me, that's some of my favorite, because those fish are out there. They're post-spawn, they're hungry, there's a lot of brim around, there's a shad spawn. I mean, you got, like Mikey Balls likes to call it, it's the big trifecta of the year. And you know, April's really good. April's probably one of the best times to be fishing the lake, but May can be really, really good too. And you know, just gonna be out there looking for a couple of key things. Gonna try and get on a couple of things. Obviously, if I would have woke up this morning, I had my alarm set for 4, and that alarm woke me up at 6. By the time I got going and whatever, it's, you know, we're already mid-morning. So I wasn't looking for a shad spawn, but I don't think that's gonna happen. Not today. That's all right. We can always wing that in the morning. Not a big deal. But I'm gonna kind of be doing the typical flipping a jig on the outside line deal. I'm gonna keep a frog and a zero spook honest, really honest, because for some reason, and this is, if you talk to anybody across the country, post spawn is like the premier time to get a big bite on top water. And it just seems like top water is what those big fish want to eat this time of year. I don't know, for some reason, like when the water clears up or when they get real finicky and they're really stressed, and especially now that the water's coming down, so they don't have that much water on top of them. So whatever targets they're gonna be on, they're only gonna have like a foot of water over them. So when you put that top water on them, you're right in their space. And I think this time of year really, really lends to a topwater bite being the deal. So we're gonna flip a jig, throw a topwater, frog, spook, maybe try and find some trap fish. Me personally, I never can find any trap fish that are tournament worthy, and those are, by trap fish I mean like lipless crankbait, you know, casting off the bank at a shell bar or a rock pile or a boat cut or something like that. That's really hit or miss this time of year. I mean, not hit or miss, but I've never been able to get on anything consistent doing that. It always seems like this time of year, I'm in the grass, I'm power fishing, I'm doing my deal, and there's always fish that are gonna entertain that. Always. Especially tomorrow, that they're calling for 15 to 20 mile an hour winds with gusts up to 35. This is Derby day. Yeah, that's gonna be rough. It's gonna be really rough. We're gonna get the crap beat out of us, especially now that the lake is low and you cannot run the back trails. Guys, when the lake gets below 13, do not try and run the inside grass line. Just stay off the grass line. Watch your depth finder. Know what safe depth your boat can sit down in and get up on plane in. And you're gonna save yourself a lot of lower units. If you're not sure where to run, you're scared of hitting bottom, my buddy Cody Davis from Tight Splice Charters has a really good video of him breaking down the lake for like 45 minutes, and he I'm pretty sure he includes all those you know, those little rough spots, those areas to avoid, like the West Wall Cut. Be very careful coming out of the West Wall Cut by the channel markers. Indian Prairie, there's a berm that runs out to the middle of the lake. Go way around it and tuck your stuff up. Put your jack plate up, trim your motor up. You only got to do it for about 100 feet. And once you do that, you can drop everything, keep on going. And just be really cautious when you're running behind any kind of grass line, or if you're behind any kind of grass line. And you should be all right. Just use common sense, take it easy, learn the waters, and should be all right. But with that being said, we are almost to the Harney Pond ramp. That's where I'm choosing to launch, just because here's the way I look at it. I have a decent idea where there should be some fish. Like, I don't know what size or whatever, but like consistently this time of year, I usually know where there's some fish. But to get away from the pack, to separate yourself from everybody else, and to kind of, you know, maybe find a little bit bigger fish than everybody else, I'm gonna look from Harney Pond, Horse Island, north all the way to Buckhead. And the reason being is, you say, well, Matt, it's gonna be blowing 35 miles an hour tomorrow. Don't you not want to run that far? No, I don't want to run that far. I don't want to get the crap beat out of me. But here's the thing. Neither is anyone else. So everyone's gonna try and stay local. They're gonna run south, they're gonna run the ditch, they're gonna go down south. They're gonna try and stay from Cluson to Harney Pond. That west-southwest wind, it lends perfectly for the shoal, but that's gonna do a lot of things. It's gonna blow bait out. It's gonna clean that water up really, really, really good, which makes those fish harder to catch. I would rather fish in some stained water that's a little bit harder to get to, more, you know, more of a rough ride to get to. But the fish that I get to, there's less boats, they're more willing to bite, and yeah. So I'm gonna try and find fish further north, and if that doesn't work out, and with the time that I have to fish today, I'm probably only gonna be limited to fishing up north today. So tomorrow, tournament, if I don't find any fish up north, just go fish the shoal all day. I mean, that's it, you know. Me and Nick are we've had pretty good history of just going out and just kind of winging stuff, just kind of flying by the seat of our pants, fishing new water as the day goes on. And fishing sounds like it's pretty good right now. And so with that being said, I think that's gonna allow me to fish a little bit faster and be a little bit more efficient. Like in practice, when the lake's fishing really good, you can like kind of not blow through areas, but you can get bites, slow down, and fish it really good for about 20 minutes. And if you don't catch a big one, or don't get the feeling that there's not a big one around, or, you know, something like that, you can just pick up and roll and keep going, because fish are biting, big ones are biting, and they're gonna show themselves pretty easily, especially with these windy conditions, because we all know when the wind blows, the fish bite. I don't care who you are, where you're at, the wind is your friend. No matter how bad it seems, if you can learn how to play the wind into your favor, you're really going to be able to become a better fisherman. If you try and run away from the wind every chance you get, you're really going to put yourself in just a position where it's hard to get bit sometimes. And that's just the way it is. But post spawn, fish are a little finicky, but they're hungry and they're willing to eat topwater. Wind's blowing. Could be a good day of practice. But all right, we're almost getting to the ramp, so I'll see you guys later on the water. What I tell you, 5-pounder. Got one. I just had a 4-pounder just nose up behind the swim jig and just go, just turn off. It's looking good. why you don't stick them in practice. Jeez. There's one.
I got bit by a bee twice.
I just got bit by a bass.
Bit by a bass?
I caught one.
Yay. Big one?
He smells like a bass.
You what?
That bass smelled like a mahi.
Why?
I don't know. Oh. I don't know if I still got her. She got me stuck in the grass. Oh, no. I lost her. Oh, I think there's more right here. This is crazy. What the fuck is that? Is that another manatee? Looks like it. That or an alligator. Oh, and I got a bass. Oh my god. This thing is tiny. There we go, 2.5 foot of water, we're good.